what I find most interesting about illustration is the direct relationship that you have with your audience.
I've always used my work to explore places and people that I wouldn't have access to otherwise.
A lot of people sort of look down on comics and art, and I can understand why sometimes, but for me, I just think it's really challenging, and I think that's what draws me to it.
Drawing, it's like asking kids who love to sing why they like singing, like it was just part of me.
Illustrators, to a great degree, are interested in interpretation. They're interested in a creative sensibility filtering through imagery. Lots of young and older illustrators are still using pen and ink, watercolor, wash, oil paint, acrylic, 3D, collage. There really is no medium that can't be used for illustration. At one time, the major markets for illustration were books, magazines, newspapers. And really, for hundreds of years, being an illustrator meant working in those realms. Illustration did a lot of the work that photography does now. So that in print media, if you saw portraits, if you saw war reportage, this would have been created by illustrators. As soon as photography started to take the place of illustration, it freed illustrators to go inside their own heads. They could start to deal with a personal, symbolic, or conceptual language. The role of the illustrator became much more than that just of expressing the ideas of a writer or an editor. So in many ways, because of the changes that have happened in the field, there are greater challenges. Sometimes the budgets aren't as big as they used to be. But on the other hand, there are opportunities available to illustrators in terms of self-expression and initiating their own projects that just didn't exist 15, 20 years ago.